Hi everyone, this is Brenda from Mainly Hybrid Homesteading. I hope you're all doing well. Today it's August 14th. Crickets are going, some fall is coming. But I'm going to take you with me into the garden today. It's been severely neglected. It's like a carpet in there. The weeds are so bad. Between working full-time and renovations all on my days off, there's just been no time to get in here, except I was in here like about a week ago and literally just for 5 minutes looked around and walked out. But I'm hoping to maybe harvest some string beans today. Maybe they're overgrown, but we will check them out. I have been covering them with some netting. I think you can see some a little bit back here because the deer were still jumping the 4-foot fence and having a feast. I'm going to turn you around and let's get started. So the chamomile looks like it's done. There's some baby flowers here, but for the most part, it seems to be done flowering for the summer. And the lemon balm has done very well. And you can see these little cute little white bell flowers. And the echinacea has done also very well. The pollinators have been loving this. I haven't been able to do anything with it as far as harvesting. But the calendula has really loved being in the raised beds this summer. And I am letting it go to seed. You can see this one is ready to be picked. And I am going to be harvesting some. Those are all seeds, guys, free seeds for next summer, wherever we are. So I may cut some just to have some pretty flowers inside the house, but you can see that the other calendula plants in this raised bed have done very well. Wow, looks like we do have some string beans. So we've got some there ready to harvest. So we'll be picking some today after we pick the weeds. The deer, like I said, have been jumping this 4-foot fence. They kept coming in here and they seem to love the string beans. The plants would grow 3 or 4 inches and they would just cut them down like 5 inches. So now they're actually having a chance to grow, not being chewed up every other day. And so happy to see that they're growing. I had put some of these driveway markers inside the middle of the beds, hoping to deter them, thinking that they wouldn't have room to jump in here, but they still were. There were hoof prints inside the raised beds, and they were still coming in. So this is the potato bed. The plants have all died. I think they really should still be growing now. And I think they had some kind of disease, or I don't think the bugs got to them, but yeah, they just yellowed up and shriveled, and I haven't. So you can see this is a potato plant here, and I haven't had a chance to go digging to see if we do have anything to harvest. But we also have a couple volunteer tomato plants. This is where the tomatoes were last summer. And those are still growing. They're kind of tiny, but we will pull the weeds around them and see if they will grow a little bit more, maybe get some tomatoes. And speaking of tomatoes, the deer were also getting to these eating the plants halfway down. And so you can see on this one, this is where they had chomped, but it's coming back, and there's actually a flower there, and it looks like my netting came off of from around that plant. But this plant, I haven't even had time to tie it to the stake, but we did harvest one tomato so far, and it looks like the other ones are coming along. And it looks like, I can't remember if I don't think I planted beets this year. This is Swiss chard that finally came up out of this whole bed. Just a big jungle. Some more calendula and basil has come up. I've already enjoyed that. Nothing like fresh herbs. I had never purchased fresh herbs, always dried herbs, and wow, what a difference to be using fresh herbs. So I will be drying some of this, but also enjoying it fresh. Cucumbers, they are growing, but we're still getting these little balls, and you can see that they've been on the vine too long, just getting that yellow color. Couple more basil plants here. And looks, we got a toad. He's running away. The peas never made it. The deer also enjoyed those. And look here, we have a volunteer dill plant. Also found some in the other garden that we didn't grow anything in this year. Calendula, not the calendula, the comfrey doesn't seem to care what else is going on here. It's just doing very well. It's still flowering. I also need to harvest some of this and dry it because I do want to have this in my herbal medicine cabinet. So I'm gonna get you set up here. A lot of this is, I don't even know. See if I can find a good example. I don't know what these plants are called. I have not, but they're pretty easy to pull up, and they just have one root system and they kind of spread out. And so it looks, where those are, it looks worse than it is. But I'm gonna need to pull the wheelbarrow in here to collect these weeds. Let's take a look at the second garden. Looks like that might need attention as well. Hostas still doing amazing every summer. This is the second garden, and this has been trimmed back a couple times this summer, just letting it rest and just having some green manure, so to speak, for if we're here next summer or if somebody else buys the property. Looks like our berry plants need attention. This one is like overgrowing the netting that it's in, but has made some good progress. This is either a raspberry or a blackberry bush. And then back there, our wild lettuce, still wild. And then somewhere in there, we had also some potato plants that Tim had just thrown in there. So, finding the time to carve out an hour today to pull out these weeds and get the garden looking a little better. So, if you enjoy watching someone cleaning up the garden, cleaning up the weeds, I actually like doing this. I just haven't had the time to do it. But it's very satisfying for me and relaxing, actually. So come along with me.
been scared, been brave. I do all I can to try and get home, but I can't make a promise on what I don't know. We pray to heaven and we fight like hell. There ain't no one to save us but God and ourselves. Till they call me on back or they bid me farewell, I'll keep praying to heaven and fighting like hell. I'll take my chances and cash them all in if I've got any left after where all I've been. I chose this life and I choose it again. Father, forgive me for all of these sins. We pray to heaven and we fight like hell. There ain't no one to save us but God and ourselves. Till they call me on back or they bid me farewell, I'll keep praying to heaven and fighting like hell. God, if you see me, I'm down to a breath, but they had to be me until I've got nothing left. Yeah, and I've seen enough evil to test all my faith. Been held to the fire and walked in the flames. Call me a sinner or call me a saint, but I'm all out of mercy and all out of grace. We pray to heaven and we fight like hell. There ain't no one to save us but God and ourselves. Till they call me on back or they bid me farewell, I'll keep praying to heaven and fighting like hell. Till they call me on back or they bid me farewell, I'll keep praying to heaven and fighting like hell. I'll keep praying to heaven and fighting like hell.
Underground for so long in the dark, I forgot how the sunlight feels. Hidden just out of reach, down below, waiting for time to reveal 100 new colors in me. Even if it takes 100,000 years to finally shine, unlike any other, something undiscovered, left to crystallize. Give it time, put it under pressure, hold it to the fire, a diamond in disguise, meant to shine. Rough around every edge, but unbreakable. Every flaw tells a story. The rarity, the clarity, it's priceless and unlike anything they've seen. Pulled up to the surface from the dust. Even if it takes 100,000 years, I'll be enough. Shine, unlike undiscovered, left to crystallize. Give it time, put it under pressure, hold it to the fire, a diamond in disguise, meant to shine, meant to shine, meant to shine.
Well, it feels good to get that done. I think this is the biggest weeding I've ever done. But I usually don't let it get this far as neglect. But feels good to get it done. Everything has a better chance to grow now, whatever is still growing. So we're gonna get rid of these weeds and I'll harvest what I can, and maybe we'll have a little pot of string beans for supper tonight.